visible? Yes. Good. Good. Excellent. Hello, Doovie. And hello, Lava Luffy. And Bandwave. And King Julian. And Lucas Ran. And Fumi Foam. And See the Sea. And Preston. And Nugget. And Catamer. And Dan. How are you? I'm pretty good. How are you, Nugget? And hello, Snailith. And O-Tough. Or Zero Tough. Hi, Y-Guy. Only one more Squid School. Only one more Squid Summer School. This is the Thursday stream. The Tuesdays will keep going. But we don't usually do these on Thursdays. Hi, Tom, and hi, Lemon Zests. And hello, Unity Gamer. And hello, Lettuce. And hi, Phydro. And hello, Karina. Oops, I never study for tests. Might want to fix that. Might want to fix that. Hello, Robo2, and hello, Chaluna. Hi, Blipblob. Hi, Ane. Lost every game in another tournament. Yeah, well, there you go. Hope you have plenty to learn from there, then. Hello, Goose. Hello, Nolshrew? Noishrew? I can't tell if that's a lowercase I or an L. It's really hard to tell on this font. But hello. And hello, Python. Python. And hello, Sephiroth. And Nivi, and Mr. Moxie, and Jamie, or maybe that's Jaime, not sure. Hello, JM, and hello, Dragonstar. Not me in both chats saying the same thing. Not me in both chats saying the same thing. Whoa. Hi, Lance. Hi, Specs. Squid School is over forever after the... No. Okay, first of all, there's another Thursday Squid School stream. But secondly... just the summer school. The summer school. Just the summer school. Been called Zero Tough twice now, changing my legal name tonight. To Zero Tough or away from Zero Tough? Hi, Whistlewind Wolf. And hello, Kitty. And hi, Closed Diarrhea Clinic. Alright. Hello, Black Jesus. How are you today? I'm still recovering from getting only pre-started games in Overwatch. I don't play Overwatch, so it sounds like I'm probably doing better for that. Lowercase L. Okay, Nolshrew. Got it. Thank you. Python. Hello, Chiseled Cake. And hello, Sagittary. And Ace Astro. Hello, hello. And hi, Weebslayer69. This username is kind of X-Blood. Not gonna lie, yeah, okay. Hi, Leon. Hi, Radcat. And hi, Sinister Box. What is Squid Summer School? So, a little while back, someone in the community named Agent 4 reached out to me saying that they would like to pay in advance for other people to receive lessons from me and for me to be able to just run another stream like the Tuesday stream. So that's what we've been doing on Thursdays for the last couple of months. But there were 24 of those lessons, and we're on numbers 21 and 22 today. So we're almost done. And hi, Diamond Star, and hi, Red Cat Videos. Hi, Excel, and hi, Twee Basilisk. Is 52 known for being able to hold ground well due to its ink wall? And yeah, definitely. Like, obviously, any weapon in the game can be pushed well out of position. But the 52 is pretty good at holding in there for at least a little bit. It takes a disproportionate amount of firepower. Now, if you throw a couple bombs at the wall and then run someone at it, now it's a little bit more scared. All right. Art for X-Blood in the thumbnail was so cute. It's, I I just literally lifted that straight from whatever is in the wiki about it. I'm pretty sure that's official art from the anime somewhere that they just cut out of it, and I cut it out of there. All right, I have dragged Tom up into the VC here. They're muted at the moment. They're, welcome to stay on mute if they don't feel comfortable, but we're happy to have them here. And after I fixed the audio so that they wouldn't be really loud if they started talking. Okay, we're good. There's also another player who signed up, who goes by the tag of Soap, that I was looking for them to be able to touch base since I hadn't gotten a replay code or a recording yet, and I couldn't find their DM. Unfortunately, in the process of signing everybody up for this, there were some tags that changed when the Discord usernames carried over, and so some of them I've lost that message, and so I'm kind of counting on them to try and reach back out to me if that were the case. But if they do end up turning back up, then we can definitely find that again. Like, I'd be able to see the whole message history from them from before once they just message me again, but I can't find them. So that sort of thing will stop happening soon enough, because we'll go past that point where now everybody who's signing up for these will have had their names set since, since before they got the lesson set up with me, so it should be fine. All right. Oh, I hear Tom. Not very loudly, though. One sec. Try again. Okay, that works for me. And say it one more time while I can see the volume slider so that we can see if chat can hear well. Okay, that's really quiet. I'm going to turn that up. Okay. Hopefully that works a little bit better.
So, I was actually watching the stream on YouTube while waiting, and found out there's a very significant delay suddenly dropping this home.
Yeah, there definitely is, which is why during the lesson we'll end up, I'll screen share through Discord so that it's a lot more instant that you get to see what everyone else is seeing. So you'll have a little bit of a head start on them there. Still really quiet, okay. We're gonna turn that up a little bit more. Okay. Also, Devi has joined us in the chat here. Hello, Devi.
I didn't know when you were going to read the chat, so I was going to make the note that Tom was super quiet. But hi.
Welcome, Devi.
You want me to stay, or do you have...
Yes, we only have one at the moment. We might have a second one later, but we'll need you regardless, so...
Okie dokie.
And Jamie, yeah, it'd be great to hop in as a fourth for now. Is this Gamer Gem? Gadzooks. I've never been called that one before, actually. I don't think anyone's ever called me Gamer Gem before.
Gamer Gem.
I guess it's because Gem is a gamer tag, right? So just the fact that we're referring to me by a tag implies the gamer, but I don't hate it.
Hello.
Hello, Jameer.
Hello.
Jamie-er.
Jamie-er. That's actually one of the name of my niece in Utopia.
I know.
All right, so for Tom's benefit here, I am going to first show off cats. And the cats... What is it with the cats not showing up immediately? That's so weird. That never used to happen. I hope an update to OBS changes that. Anyway, I'm going to get a pool created. Now I have to be careful because I think, yeah, part of it is readable here. So I'm going to change to a different cat that is big enough to take up the whole screen. There. Now you see a little bit of a puppy underneath all the cats. And I'm going to create a pool that will then allow you to see the lobby, which has the password that I'm putting in right now. And then I will send you both of those pieces of information, Tom. But we'll leave the cats up because people like the cats.
Okay, what is the... Okay, zones.
Yeah.
That's
What you gonna play?
interesting. Cool.
Yeah, I came up with it myself.
They got account.
I was gonna wait to see what Tom I was gonna hop on with and go from there.
What's your main weapon, Tom? What would you be playing?
I will be playing the L3 Nozzle Nose D.
Alright.
Played it since Splatoon 2.
Okay.
Tom is still very quiet, at least to me too. So I'm guessing the stream's probably not hearing Tom either, unless if Jem fixed that. But
I'll turn it up
yeah, still
higher.
very quiet. Do you have a I don't know what kind of a mic you're using, Tom. If it has a volume button, because I accidentally hit mine and turned myself super quiet sometimes. So it's that or like Discord input settings that might help.
I don't have it all the way up to max, so let's hear what Tom sounds like right now before we try to turn them up any further.
I can go look at my Discord settings.
It's better, but I think I could max Tom's volume out and it still wouldn't be loud enough.
I have it on max, and I have to actually lower my game sound in order to hear, which is still pretty low.
Where do you draw the line between a mistake you've made and a mistake a teammate has made? You don't. You acknowledge the potential of both and address them each separately. Everyone should just be doing whatever they can to make things better. Even if your teammates are making mistakes, if you can cover for those mistakes, then the mistake is neutralized. Like, focus on the overall macro scale result and then worry about who individually can work on what later.
So it says that I have the input volume on max.
Okay.
You're definitely louder than you were, but we're all higher than you still. We're going Team Strawberry. And by we, I mean me, Jamie, Devi, and Ray, because we're going to be playing together on Silly Comp Sunday. I personally probably would have gone vanilla, but for the sake of being able to play with everybody else, I went Strawberry. Strawberry is definitely a close second for me. Like,
I did say I have an alt I could have used instead. I did. But
yeah, other people wanted
Jamie
Strawberry.
asked the question and just immediately me Strawberry, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm down with it. Strawberry's good. Strawberry deserves being repped.
I do enjoy the classic vanilla for floats, of course, but Strawberry is just... I love putting chocolate syrup on it, and then it's like my favorite thing ever is chocolate-covered strawberries in any form, so...
See, that's the point where you lose me, but...
Either way, even just plain strawberry itself is pretty solid, so...
Yeah. I've personally never gotten fruit plus chocolate. I just feel like they taste... That they... I'm cool with things tasting different from each other and being together, but it doesn't feel like there's synergy there for me.
I'm just a chocoholic, as people put it, so I love chocolate.
For me, vanilla is just easier on my stomach overall. Chocolate, I like chocolate, but I can only get like every once in a while for like a treat.
Are you having trouble making it in, Tom, or are you just working on audio stuff?
I was just working on audio stuff, but how do I? Do you have to send it?
So you've put the pool in, right? You've put your
Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna send out an invite, and now it should show up under the envelope section.
Okay. Okay, I see it.
I also find it funny how the day like the Splatfest stuff came out, I literally had like one of those little like small Ben and Jerry size things of strawberry ice cream, and I'm like, yeah, my choice is made.
Someone says, cool ranch Dorito ice cream. Are you familiar with Shiny and his thing with ranch dressing?
I am not.
So I saw today, Skep posted a video of them trying it with Shiny and begrudgingly admitting that it wasn't bad. So for those who don't know, there is an infamous video of Shiny taking a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and dunking it in ranch dressing and eating it. They claim that it's good. And that was a controversial take, to say the least.
Oh, don't forget the cat.
I was just fixing the cats,
Oh,
yes.
stream delay.
When are you playing Shadow the Hedgehog? You said that in the comments of the video, didn't you? That you want me to play Shadow the Hedgehog and react to it?
I love that game as a kid.
I remember playing a little bit of it and being like, yeah, this is fun. Like, I liked the way that it kind of branched off in different paths, so you could, like, make choices that meaningfully determined, like, which route you went down.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
It was cool
Comp
because
friends.
it was cool because it was like the first game like that I ever played that did something like that.
Your top left, jet on the bunk. Jet
I'm gonna flank him.
They're looking. Last we're looking at them.
Okay, we made it. Jet weak, they've dropped into street. I'm dropping in behind them. I'm gonna die.
Oh. Nice.
Got that.
Got one, another one in streets. Got them. There's a third on left.
I think one of them jumped out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an eye on the top left. Two are going up on the rail there. Oh, I'm in the bunker! Ooh, I might die. I'm alive. I am
Trading.
not gonna be alive for long. There's a jet on the bunk. I shouldn't have lived.
Ah, crud, that marks me
Jamie,
still.
I'm coming up. Oh, never mind. I'm going down.
Charger in
On
street.
the track.
I-
Okay.
Zap
Wailing.
on the ground. Oh,
Good job.
there's a jet on
I'm
bunk
on.
here.
Got him.
Dead.
Someone
Good
look
job.
up.
Oh, I'm dead. Jet. Top left.
Ah, I got
I got
directed.
leader.
That jump might be...
Yeah, jump in
okay, you're
here.
good.
Dad, jump in the street.
There's a blaster in the street. Oh,
They just
they're
used
on
ink jet.
me. Whoa! No, that was me.
They did too.
They.
I saw the special unchecked.
They did before I did. Like I ink jetted after them. But,
Good job out of that.
Jumping into Devi.
there's a leader looking at me, so watch out.
Yeah, you walk forward, but we're good. We're good.
How close are you to the other specials?
One bottom right.
I have ink jet
Halfway.
basically.
Okay. When you pop, I'm gonna pop strike.
Okay, wailing now.
A jet got me on the left. Rapid and jet on the left.
I'm down on right plat. Zap ran in.
Nice,
Nice.
Jet's up.
Jamie. Jamie, I'm gonna jump to you. Drop roller back.
Jamie's last.
Yeah, I know.
Be careful.
Like I said, drop
I'm
roller
just gonna
back.
swim in.
Ooh, the ink jets. Ooh.
Two
The
on our,
ink jet
our
landed
zone.
on the left.
First strike is ready, popping it.
Yeah,
Just
there's a
go on
rapid
with it.
below our left bunk here.
Got one. They're two on right.
Rapid got me from below left. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Rapid going up to no, they're backing up on left.
Got one.
Jet on the bunk. Tickle their toes, Jamie.
Let's clear that rapid out so that Devi can exist.
I need the jet out of the way right now. They're right above me on our bunk. There we go.
Okay, got the rapid. One on me. Zap, nice.
And
down,
two left.
eating them.
See if we can cap our zone.
Help me on their bunk. Okay, I got one. Leader's back behind their bunk. One's
Capping
jumping.
zone.
Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm
Cap
dead.
zone.
I need someone to help me capitalize the bunker there. Two.
We all went on
Two
the
down.
bunker at the same time.
Oh,
I'm jumping.
okay. Well,
I didn't see a suction bomb. Stop it on right zone.
I've got whale ready. Jet is on
I got a
right. Nice
flanker.
pick. I'm whaling under right side.
leader's on. Someone's on our bunk. I just saw them swim with whatchamacallit, cooler. They back. Oh, they flanking. The jet's flanking. I got him.
One. Two down.
I died to something, and I don't know what it was. Oh, a torpedo. Two left.
Got one.
Okay, push up, push up. Get control
Pushing
of
their
their street.
bunker. There's two here. Got one.
Hit couple. Hit,
Left,
Hello?
two.
Zap.
In the wing.
Zap one.
Got jet.
I got zap.
Good job. Jumping
Blaster
in.
top left.
I'm gonna try and flank through their court in a
Up
sec.
at top left. Bad being jet
Leader's
ready.
top left as well.
We're gonna harass them with bombs.
I am in behind them on left.
Got one.
Got
Good
one.
job.
Jets on their bunker. I can't hit it. They're in a corner.
Fortunately, I can.
Okay, bunker.
That's one shot, thank you.
Cap zone.
It's just the rain, I think.
Yeah. Stop dead.
Okay.
Just try to keep them
Nice.
dry. There you go.
You're allowed to love mincemeat, though I will disown you. I agree. This is valid. There were parts of mincemeat that I liked, but the way that it plays overall is just miserable. They would have knocked you out if they were in X-Fall formation.
I don't know what that means. But okay.
You haven't seen my video from today, is what? It's something from the manga.
Oh.
X-Fall formation is having all four members of your team surrounding them in an X, you know, because the shots that they fire are making an X shape. So that means that they're being flanked by either. It's unclear whether you're getting flanked by either a bloblobber or a ballpoint, but either way, one of those is coming from the friendly side of street. To create this formation that they play in, which it's an
14.
idea. Asexual lol just played with us.
What is X
That is-
zone ballpoint?
X
That's
zone.
not right zone.
X zone is also from the manga. It is
Oh,
a
I've
special
only read
attack.
the first three.
It's a special attack that's basically Spidey senses. It doesn't
But I do
make a
that
lot
with
of
fall
sense.
off.
Good, we can have on right. Tom, okay, good job, John.
I'm down on right. There's another one.
Oh, blaster left.
Nice. That should be enough to cap zone.
I think
Oh wait,
something's in it.
one
There
on
we go.
Jamie. Yeah,
They
there you
have
go.
a
Good
beacon
job.
on top left or top right. Sorry.
Taking right.
Yeah. Oh, try to house the bombs there.
Rush top right. With a friend.
One on right zone. Hit him twice. Got him.
Blaster's on the right as well. So is Nautilus.
Ooh.
Still one right.
Yeah, rapid. Not.
Oh,
right.
that is not where I thought it was.
Coming to you, Debbie.
Careful. I have got 3 watching me.
Good.
Oh, wow! I walked right onto that. On my ouch is
I'm down to brush.
I couldn't hit him.
Oh,
Put
good.
you down. Be careful.
Put down.
Oh, Rapid's watching me.
Okay, that's one down
Rapid's
on right.
in the middle on spine right. Thank you for the hammer. That was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Following Tom in. I don't see
job.
anybody.
We can
One
push
on
up.
this
They're kind
night.
of-
Hit him once.
basically
Got him.
delayed
Traded.
wiped.
Still in top
They
right.
still have a.
There's a
they still
beacon
have
there.
beacons up there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I have down.
Careful, Tom. You're gonna get rushed.
Jamie, are you able to throw a splat bomb over the right on the wall to land on that beacon? Because it's right in the corner.
I
When
can
you're over
try.
there. When you're over there.
Yeah, you got it.
We're getting pushed on right.
Up.
Careful,
Watch
Jamie.
out,
Wall
watch out,
behind
watch
you.
out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Rush.
Go in with this.
Pushing this knot. They're weak. Not on
Okay,
left
they're
zone.
3 down, they're 3 down. Okay, go up, left.
There we go. I hit the knot
There
eventually.
you go.
Wailing forward. Oh man, I'm out of it.
Beautiful. Good hammer there, Tom.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, they're weak. They're weak.
I'm officially the newest, biggest fan of Tom's hammers.
That sounds like a construction company. Tom's hammers.
Can we stamp it? Yes, we can.
Lots on the. They're pushing out left. Rapid on the right.
No hammer.
I traded. They have left control. 2v2.
Oh my god,
Careful,
my
you
aim is so
might
bad
be
right now.
getting pinched.
Okay,
Good job,
1v1
Tom.
on spine.
I'll try to come in to help you, Tom.
Yeah, we're not
Here?
far behind.
Good, it's not.
Nice.
Good job. 2 down. Even advantage. Gonna be jumping in back top right.
There we go.
Jem, watch your right. Dualies are up there.
Oh, up top.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, they got me. I got him back.
I got the bomb.
Both of them are back up by their spawn. They're all in that corner. They're clumped in one area.
Got one. In behind the rest. Got one. Brush down. I'm
one's on
down.
zone.
Last one right. They popped
I don't
chunks.
have any charge.
Got him.
Nice.
So
Rapid
one there,
on the
rapid.
right. I tapped it. There we go. Knots one shot on spine. Probably healed now.
Trying
Not
to
traded.
One is right above
Yeah, him
me.
out.
Not for
Just
long.
hold.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Whee.
The overlap between the Worm, Splatoon, and Celeste communities? Have you ever met a Worm fan who isn't into both Splatoon and Celeste as well? That... what?
What do you mean?
I mean, I
one?
guess Worms, like the, like turn-based action game.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming that's what they're talking about.
I've never actually played that game myself.
How do you learn callouts? I still struggle to give good callouts, both for maps. What do you recommend to reinforce giving good callouts? I have a couple of videos on that. There's a callouts guide. There's a list of useful callouts. There's a video on coordination, which heavily involves understanding of how to use callouts. So, like, I've got a lot of resources on the channel for that. Oh, Worm is in the superhero web serial? Oh, okay. I mean, that's also legit.
That is a double bomb, Junior.
Chickens out.
Got
Like,
one.
that is one of my favorite works of fiction that I've read in a while, but... How? I thought I hit them twice.
Oh, I died to Boozler.
Big sad.
There are 2 under the bubble. One went left.
There's this really, really sick image of Samus facing down the Endbringers. That's just like the most badass thing I've ever seen drawn. Traded?
2 on the left.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
two
getting
right.
bucketed. Oh, yeah, I meant to say right,
It's all good.
but I didn't. Oh, I need to be careful here.
One on left zone. Weak.
Yeah, there's 2
I didn't get
actually.
him.
Left, right, left, and right.
Darn.
Got one.
You definitely hit him twice.
On the
Well,
wall
okay.
on the
Good.
right. Jamie, to your right. The bamboo is over there. I don't know where they went now. I'm being...
Back,
There's a
back
lot of
right,
pain
back
here.
right.
Whale in the mid. There's 2 on the right side.
Yeah, bamboo and bucket.
Got the bucket traded.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna die to Fizzy or something.
We still don't have
Nice
zone.
hammer. Jamie's on it fighting right now.
Yeah, bamboo got me. It
Oh.
wasn't expecting that.
Machine coming up top right. Okay, back up,
There
back
is
up.
a
We're 2 down.
couple here. Okay, wait. I'm locked out over there. Try and play down.
Close to whale.
Hi, Boozler.
Whale ready.
Oh, hit somebody 3 times. 2 on our top left.
That's right.
They're whaling me.
They got
I'm
me
gonna
as
wait
well.
for that.
I have Inkjet. Nice
Oh,
one
one.
down.
Whaling.
Machine's 1.
Beautiful.
One on left.
Top right.
Bamboo, right?
That's unfortunate. 2
2
coming
on the left. One's weak.
Got bamboo.
I got zone.
I've got to back up. I'm getting pushed.
I'm on
Yeah.
top right now.
There's a lot of bombs happening
Careful,
right
Tom.
now. There's pushing.
There's a
Respect.
lot in front of you.
Nice,
Got
Jamie.
bamboo.
Lots on the left. Lots on the left.
Whaling to try and keep him back.
Yeah, they're in the corner. I hit 1 3
Machine's
times.
on right with me.
Okay.
Bamboo looking at me now.
Bucket got me
Oh.
left.
Beautiful.
Got bucket. Got 2. Bamboo top right and 1 spine. Oh, I'm dead to Booyah. They're top
Got
right,
one.
top
Got
right,
one.
top right. They're in the right
Yeah,
corner.
Bamboo,
yeah,
well,
There you go.
bamboo right. Oh, well, wall doesn't protect me against that.
Yeah.
They're striking.
Up and over it.
I'm weak here. Yep. Going behind me.
Okay.
Several on left
Got one.
zone.
Nice strikes.
One in the corner. On us. Nice.
Got beautiful.
Just need that last one. Nice. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, well, I thought it was over.
We're
Now
all
it's
in
over.
middle. There we go. Woo.
Gem in chat, how do you deal with burnout? Burnout is like an overuse injury for your limbs. The only way out of it is to reduce the workload. There's no easy fix. You can't just keep doing as much as you are currently doing. Something's got to change.
Try to strike time. We still need a little bit of work, but
I disappear for 4 months from the game minimum. So, the thing with burnout and with any of those other overuse injuries is that you spot the warning signs early and stop yourself before you work yourself so hard that you burn out. Like, if you're needing 4 months to recover from the game, then something's got to change in the way that you're playing the game when you come back to it.
I am so sorry.
Don't worry. Oh, it's Soren and Chino. Oh, and yeah, okay. I recognize all but one. So definitely hold your ground and don't go alone.
Okay.
On right zone. Nice.
There's two on mast. I got pinched.
Bucket weak up
I
there.
did
Got
grab
him.
There you go.
I'm down to bomb though.
Over 3 down. Just you, Tom. Just try to hold, like, just try to stay alive.
They're
They're
gonna
rushing him.
probably push.
Careful, Tom. Might
There's
just wanna
3 on
throw
our
that.
bunk. I got 1.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'm gonna drop out right. Wailing, it's the heavy on bunker.
Yep.
They're probably looking at me as I come up behind them here. Yeah, they're striking at me.
Oh,
The bunker is unsafe,
I'll try to
but
stop
I'm being
that.
pushed.
It's alright. It's alright.
I'm
it's
down.
alright. We're 2 down.
2v3.
Gotcha. You're safe.
Oh, I thought I could trade that.
Yeah, 2
Nice
bunker.
throw.
Oh, nice throw! Like I
We're
said,
2v3,
I
we're
am
2v3.
officially #1 fan of Tom's hammers. Got 1.5. There's one behind.
One behind
us.
Jamie. Got him.
There we go.
Yeah.
3 down.
Beautiful. Just trying to take space back.
Yeah.
Heavy is gonna be on bunker.
Yeah, they're on the grate there, Jerry.
I hit him once. They got me.
Well, I'm on top left.
I gotta get ink. I have ink jet, but that won't do much. Careful, Tom. Oh, I'm gonna die. Or not.
done.
I'm
Me,
really
what?
close to dying. Yep, I'm dead to tri-strike. Should've just jumped there.
Close to whale.
There's a bucket underneath, top right here.
Whaling it.
Flatling's on our bunk.
Okay,
I
52's
have
behind
ink
us. Let's push forward and take zone.
There's a bucket right below me, Jamie. Be
Heavy
careful.
is down.
Yeah, see him.
Got one of the buckets. The other one's on left. I'm down to
52's
whale.
on Jamie.
I think you did.
I couldn't get him.
Yeah, that's all good. Retreat now.
I'm locked.
Help.
Careful, Tom.
I did it dumb. Be careful, be careful. Let me get back
Oh,
in.
yeah, yeah.
the girl behind. I didn't trade. One more.
We're 3 down.
I got
Stay alive, Tom.
Yeah, that was rough.
All good.
Saw everything go at Tom there. No, there's a bucket here. Hi, bucket.
Mm. That's gonna be
Oh
it.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got tunnel vision and I was like, wait, I lost sight of the 52. All of a sudden, oh, it's behind me. Oh.
All good.
Yeah, we had some good pushes.
The hammer yeet. 10 out of 10. I love how I'm catching all of this.
I did play a lot of the Kensa L3, Splatoon 2.
Tips for improving at ballpoints. I'm too used to the normal heavy that I get thrown off by the 2 modes. Hey, Devi, you wanna chime in on that?
Sorry, I am responding to a team thing here real quick. So
Yeah,
give me a
sure thing.
second.
I'm gonna go grab some water, but I'll be right back.
My 12 inch sink splash fan. He's still soft.
All right. You good, Evie?
For the most part.
Did you hear the question before?
No, I'll answer it afterwards.
Sure.
I was doing captain business.
Oh, they're so weak. Nice.
Got one. Did you?
Got the ballpoint.
Big swing's one, not big swing. What is that? Paintbrush.
Paintbrush.
Why did I think it was a big swing? What? What?
Very similar.
Got one. Nice.
Oop, I don't want to be here. Hi, Tom. Ballpoint dropped. They're inkjetting. Ooh, let's.
Paintbrush is on rock. There you go. Jump
Oh, I am.
Jesus.
We're 3 down.
Whee!
You're wee.
One coming right. Nice.
I got not.
Watch mid. Ballpoint. Ooh, that is booyah.
There's a Hydra too, but it got me. Man! That is the one thing I like, is consistent long-range fire.
Paintbrush behind.
Yeah, they got me. Good,
Got paintbrush.
good shots. That's
I'm very weak.
3v3.
The Nautilus is one. They're all in that corner, basically.
Got one.
There
Got
you go.
two. I'm down.
Ah, frick. I went down to a bomb with him.
Oh, what? That, okay. I apparently did not direct that.
All good. Okay. Ah, good attempt to hammer. I did this on middle spine.
Wailing into mid. One dropped right. Got the knot.
Nice.
The paintbrush is just standing still. I don't know what's going on there. Hydra's last on right.
Beer bomb.
I can't shred it. Didn't have it. Ooh, breath. I got not.
I gotta challenge that. That's top right.
Oh, I know. Got him.
Beautiful. Shooting zone.
Traded, or Tom got it. Thanks, Tom. Watch out behind you.
I think I just blocked my shot. There you go. Got this. Got paintbrush. Good hammer.
Nice, Gem. I just saw Gem swoop in. Like, hello there.
Hi, I'm Gem.
Paintbrush got me out left.
No.
Watch left, Jamie.
Oh my god, my aim.
He's weak. I hit him twice.
Uh-oh.
I completely missed. I thought they were going up the wall.
I can't go at them.
It's all good. It's all good.
They're gonna get me too. They got that blood. They're on the left.
I'm not challenging that. Going to my life.
Okay, they are gonna start counting in 15.
Wailing.
Hydra's down.
Two on
Paintbrush
right.
is stuck.
Lots of firepower over there. Paintbrush is in mid.
Nice.
I'm done.
They're guarding the jump.
Be
Jump
able
landed.
to- How did that miss? Oh, I finally got it. Whoa, I died to something else though. Paintbrush flanked me.
I saw that out of the corner of my eye.
Got ballpoint.
Good job, Gem.
I'm gonna die to the crossfire from the other two. They're behind spine.
Where did Paintbrush go? They were behind us. Oh, they're in front of me. Okay, thanks.
We're gonna need neutral soon.
One's going top right, and I heard the hammer sound. It's been thrown.
I'll focus on
Tom's
keeping
down on
left
the right.
zone.
Okay, I'm on the right the best I can. Knots on the right. Paintbrush is on the spine.
Paintbrush got me.
I gotta wait for rain. I'm really weak. Inkjet's out. Uh-oh. Okay, Tom, I'm right behind you. Heads up.
Paintbrush weak. Didn't get him.
Got
We need
him.
zone.
Two down, two down.
I got one.
Good cap.
Side. Uh-oh.
No, that's
I
good.
don't have a lot of
Just back
help
up. Just back
left.
up. You're good.
You just have to keep it neutral.
Here.
Alright, I'm gonna wail into right soon.
Up rush.
Wailing. Got one.
There,
that's
that's
two down.
two. Last one's behind the left corner. We're fine. It's not a painting
There you
weapon.
go. Yeah.
Bravo to that paintbrush. I clap for them.
Mhm. You know, when they got you, like when you were in your top left, I saw it at the corner of my eye after I jumped down. I was like, oh no. I could have totally stopped that, but yeah. All good.
Okay, what was the ballpoint question?
How to work on transitioning to ballpoint from, say, heavy.
The first order of business is getting used to the consistent snipe mode shot. That is the trickiest part. Because one, it's more accurate than a heavy, and two, you have to remember that if it's not, you don't have it consecutively going in snipe mode, you have to remember that there is a slight buffer period before you're going to get that, because sometimes a mistake that I frequently made, I actually made it last game, is I will take a fight while I just got ink, so I have to recharge and then get sniper mode to re-enable again. And I ended up taking a fight with a splatling, but its range is already extended because it doesn't have to worry about that, and I have to wait for the buffer period for sniper mode to initiate. So get used to sniper mode at first, and also realize how much more accurate it is. So after that, it'll start becoming more comfortable once you get used to the snipe mode, that little time frame before it hits snipe mode, and then just learning how to consecutively like keep it going so you have that extra fire for longer.
Traded.
Quick.
2v3. Nice
I got
pick.
one.
Two down.
2v2.
Oh, I'm gonna go down. No, live. Yay.
Live.
There's gonna be 3 on right. Hammer in
There's
it.
a hammer.
Oh, that was so unfortunate.
They're one shot. No.
Good jump.
Nice jump, Jamie. Oh, that's a booyah.
That's 2 down. I'm gonna wail in.
One's on the right.
Machine on right. They got me.
Oh, that's an inkjet. Got him.
Still one on right.
Dang. Yeah. He's
Trying to help
They're
Tom.
coming
here.
back towards zone-ish.
He's sealed now.
Uh-oh.
We're 2 down.
Got one.
Wailing. Moving up. Got one.
Got
Got
one.
another. Just
There's
wiper.
a wiper right by me. I don't know where it went though.
They went
It
right.
was by me.
They're on right
Oh,
side
right.
sharking.
Alright.
They're hammering now.
Yep. Nice.
Shots.
Booyah.
Booyah.
got you, Jamie?
Got me.
Busy bomb.
Oh.
On right.
Oh
Machine.
dear.
Machine pushing up.
Yeah. There's an inkjet by me too. Whoa!
Got
dear.
one.
How'd I go?
Got two.
Okay, good.
Wailing.
Coming to join
Oh, wiper
Tom.
behind me. I don't know where you went.
One's left. Got him. But what is?
Wiper
Wiper's
top
top right. Thank you. Booyah incoming. 52 on top. They're weak on the top right, dropped. Hit him twice. There's another
Good
one.
job,
We're in
Daniel.
this corner here. Inkjet.
Out. On me.
Yep. We're using
Hammer got me
specials.
left.
Nice.
Can we keep right zone?
Machine's one
2 or
and
6?
52 is one.
Nice.
They're probably healed. Left side. There you go. Right side.
We don't have to keep
right
fighting.
side.
You're alone.
Right side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just hold neutral.
You know, I was just trying. Yeah.
They're booyahing.
Oh no.
That's just unfortunate.
well. They're
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
get
lead
pushed.
here
I'm gonna
probably.
jump. Alright, let's just dive left zone because there were 2 on right.
Yeah, they're on the spine here.
Beautiful.
One behind, one behind, one behind.
I know. They're in the wall.
On the
I
zone
don't know
now?
where they went.
Nice.
Ah,
There you go.
living. Top right
Good.
VP. Ballpoint still top right with inkjet. There it is.
Got one.
Hello!
I'm down.
Hello!
Again,
Oh boy.
oh, I got wiper.
Booyah
Am I
incoming.
getting... yep. Got 52.
Nice pick.
Wiper left.
Pam zone, there you go.
Bucket right.
Mm-hmm.
2 on top
Wiper's
right.
still right and left. Wiper's still left.
They're gonna get specials. Oh,
They pre-fired me.
Got wiper.
yeah, there was 2 there. One top right still. Got their inkjet. Nice.
Machine on me on
Middle,
right.
middle, middle. Got him.
Beautiful. Good job, Gem.
Thank you.
Oh, hold her. Okay. Ooh.
It's really
I keep
funny
losing
looking
track of the time in the last 30 seconds.
It's really funny looking at the weapon firing animation still going after the game ends when everyone else is stock still.
Yeah.
Like Jamie's like
I always
recoil
like
from
watching
shots that
people
aren't
when
being
they,
fired.
When they launch themselves at the end, and then they launch and they're still running.
Got suspended for like a week or 2 by the gym? What did you do?
Too muscular and broke a piece of equipment.
I snapped a barbell in half by mistake.
I broke the leg press. I sent it flying out the window.
Oh.
Did the dogs just vanish?
Uh-oh.
Why does it do this? This is so annoying. They were up on screen, and then I looked back and they were not up on screen anymore.
Is it because your loop ended or something?
No, that doesn't happen. It should just keep going, and it just fails to load or something. It's a technical issue. I'm doing nothing different than I've ever done before, and this has not happened until the last couple of days.
Apparently, people also saw the password
Yeah, I'm aware.
thing. Okay.
Man.
Just use it and pray no one gets in, says the person who's planning on using it to try and snipe. It shouldn't be a problem once, just because there's stream delay, so we'll see it first, but we'll change it for next time.
Yeah.
E-star. Already on bunk.
Got one.
Got one.
Down.
One in the corner here on me. Got
Yep,
him.
you got it.
One on
Where
left.
else?
Left wing.
Left,
bucket,
left.
Bucket.
Alright.
Hit him once. Got him.
Beautiful. Got Tetras.
Nice. Bucket went top left.
They're all top left. Nobody's coming out here as far as I can tell. Okay, there's one.
Oh,
That's
wow. That rolled into them, Jamie? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Buckets traded. Yeah, I thought the whale might get him.
On elbow. Two.
Another one in street.
Hello?
On top
Yeah,
left.
hello, Tetras. Watch that. There's a crab there.
Oh, this should be fun. I'm alive.
Oh, don't kill me. Okay.
Oh my god, I missed everything.
I'm
Oh,
very
I'm still alive.
weakened.
Two in zone.
Got one.
There you go.
Got the other.
Beautiful.
Surprise! Okay. There was no one there.
Now there is gonna be top left.
There
whale.
is. Yep, the bucket again.
Got one. I'm down.
That's off.
The other one's coming
Got
street.
you?
It's Tetris.
Alright.
They're bunker now.
Yeah, I see him.
They might drop right.
Hit him twice.
Reflash is also up there.
Oh, there's a bunch on top here. I'm getting out of here.
Because of the team machine.
I'm half to inkjet jump.
I'm getting pushed by 3.
I'll have inkjet in 2 seconds. I have inkjet going.
They got me on left. Okay, 3v3.
I got 2 of them.
3v2. Let's go.
Go in. With your towel.
Watch behind you guys on the left. There you
Um,
go. There's a Tetris on the right. They're
One on
going.
zone.
They're still on the right.
Got bucket. There's a jump here.
Okay.
Jump down.
There's one behind me. I got him. Whoa.
beautiful.
I was not expecting to hit the 180.
I'm just picking up the
Yeah, it's
path.
good. Still left bucket.
They've been pushing me on this side every time.
Yeah,
I'm down. Traded it.
I went up a bit higher. They have crab ready.
Watch left. Watch left. There's one out.
Yeah, slosh.
Oh no.
Chasing her out.
Ooh! There's 2 on the bunker. Watch their
Got
bunker.
one.
Crab's
Tetris
out.
weak. They got me.
I
It's
said
just
they
Tom.
definitely. Unfortunate.
Oh, yo. Tom's cooking.
And Tom, get him.
Tom's
Good
cooking.
Ooh,
job.
let's go. What a hammer.
Blink.
Last one on me.
Guess what? I can dodge roll too, but not from that.
Thank you, Jem.
Mm-hmm. Jumping into Debbie.
Yep, I'm behind the mast, so. Bucket.
One coming
though.
left.
I got one.
Nice pick. Ooh, I exploded. Try Nouveau
On the
still on
mast,
left.
on the mast, on the mast, Tetris.
Got him.
And this
Try
guy.
still there.
One other thing.
Ugh.
Ooh, okay. So they got me. Left side.
Slosher is coming up on bunker. I don't know if I can protect that jump. Okay.
I'm gonna die! No, I didn't! Holy Jesus, I should have died!
Tetris is a weak thing. Careful, we're still.
We're
there's
3 down.
3 men down.
Jump if you need.
Bye!
Okay, how close are you to specials?
I've got
Ah.
mine.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Wailing.
Bomb!
I'm taking bunker.
Nice.
I did get him.
Okay,
Nice.
Thank you.
2v2.
Good job.
There's still
two
a
down,
Tetris
man.
behind us. Yeah, they're on me. Whoa! Whoa! On that jumps!
Traded it. See if we can keep neutral.
Trying.
Uh-oh. Nice.
I could not.
Uh-oh.
Tetris weak. I got
Unfortunate.
2. I'm down.
They're really weak in front of me.
Dang. All good.
Close.
Good hammer though, Tom.
Yeah, thank you.
Tom gets all of the pom-poms for hammers today, I swear. I watched the whole sequence on the map that time. I'm like, yeah, I'm jumping into this because the Tetris is going to use me as bait. And I drop rolled and they were locked, right? And I'm like, yeah, we good.
Wait, you don't
Oh,
believe in
that was fun.
frogs? Someone in chat named I don't believe in frogs. I'm very offended by this.
They're fake.
That was the last one. Okay.
Yep, that'll be the last one. We're going to our VOD review now.
Awesome.
That was
Once-
fun. Have fun with the VOD review.
Once the game stops
Again,
holding us
All of the
hostage.
pom-poms for your hammers, Tom. Love them.
Me. You did very well, friend.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Played a lot of Kensa L3.
RKJH 50, and I'll get this shared in Discord in a second while it's loading up. So you'll be able to see it, excuse me, see it there without any stream delay. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. And then I go here. Okay. So, Tom, you should be able to click on my name and click watch stream now. Are you able to see it?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Maybe not what you were saying.
Yeah, I think a lot of what I was saying was getting
Cut out. Okay.
going through.
Just getting the green screen set up a little bit more. Yeah, if I ever seem like I'm just like not listening, just repeat what you said and it'll probably come through at some point.
Okay.
But okay. Are you able to see?
Yeah, I can see it.
Awesome. All right. And then is this a solo queue match?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at the comp, this is a solo queue match. So
Yeah.
all right.
Or they've got a new meta you haven't heard about yet.
Yeah, you don't understand. I saw top JP players running this in a tournament 2 weeks ago. This is totally a thing. All right. So we've got. You're the only source of paint on this team comp. Oh man, this is weird. Having a tent helps because nobody else on your team really wants to engage in fights. Like the roller wants to shark people, but if there's nobody to distract people for the roller to get in with, then it's going to be really hard for them because they're just going to be the first person forward. So the tent being there is a good thing, at least for that reason. But you're going to have to do a lot of painting and a lot of poking, I think. Hammer yeets are a pretty good source of E-leader removal. So that's something you can think about. You're going to have to play kind of slow, although you do have an E-leader to potentially win the duel against them and give you room that way. You also have to watch out because they've got a whole bunch of sharking power in their Kraken Roller plus their dualies, although they don't have that much paint to support it. It's really only the Big Swig, but the Big Swig kind of outpaints you, so they probably still do have more paint. Man, this is weird. So, all right. Anyway, let's get started here. It's a little bit laggy on my end. Man, something about OBS just decided it wasn't optimized anymore. Let me just for the heck of it, let's see if I can delete some files. and make it so that it gets any better. Get rid of this, 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 and this, and this. Okay. That freed up some gigabytes. I don't know, maybe that'll help. Or maybe it just won't do anything. Computer's working really hard right now, but... Alright, well, we'll do the best we can. Oh, man. Is it framing really bad on stream? No, it's not. It's just the projection that's doing that. Oh. It looks like it should be okay for now. Alrighty, so we roll out and we've got E-Leader on right, and we do not want to be this visible. In fact, you probably just don't want to be this visible in general when there's an E-Leader on the other team, because this is something they can absolutely hit. You want to be working a little bit more around cover so that they have fewer angles they can hit you from. So they definitely could have hit you there. Okay, so we're going in nice. Nice, okay. E-Leader probably should have been able to hit you there, but, like, you did absolutely as much as you could have. I think the only other option you had was maybe just try and swim away and get behind cover, but you're pretty far away from it, so might as well go for it. So, you've already gotten 3 picks at this point. This is something that Kiver talked about in a video a little while back. So you got one here, you got a second one there, third one here. So, like, at this point, your team already has a massive advantage. You've got a little bit of damage on you that's not fully healed, and you're running forward to get the last one. At that point, just take the W, trust that your teammates will, like, be able to push up and support you there, because you're weakened enough at that point that you're less likely to be able to win this. Like, you don't want to put yourself in a position where the big squid can one-shot you with a horizontal. Better to just let everybody else kind of move forward with you and zone them out, or like start moving towards the basket, and not try to dive into a position where you don't know where the opponent is.
Yeah, I think I remember I was in triple.
I think part of that cut out. I just heard... I think I remember I was... And then the word triple, and that was all I got.
Oh, I said that I think I was riding the high of the triple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. Like, you'll see me... That's one of my most common mistakes, is when I get a pick, I push too far forward and try to go for another one but when I don't need to. So... It's a pretty common Slayer thing to do that, like, because the Slayer's job is, in theory, to just, like, get as many players down as he possibly can in as short an amount of time as possible. But sometimes, like, you've done enough, and you need to, like, back off when it's not safe. Sometimes, like, you can rotate to a different role, because Slayer is not the one thing that any one weapon is doing all the time, ever. Like, another thing to consider is that, like, yes, you're one of the primary Slayers on the team because there's just not a lot of frontline on your team, but your weapon isn't super well designed for that, so definitely want to be careful. Okay. So on the way out, we want to be a little bit careful here because we're down a player. They have a couple of specials ready to go. So I really don't like our team's positioning here. So our roller is out in Narnia. They're in a place where it would take you a good 5 or 6 seconds to ever get close enough to be able to help them, which is not great. So they're kind of on their own, and you kind of have to just trust that they don't die. Then the E-Leader, for whatever reason, has already dropped onto Plat. This is not it. They really don't want to be putting themselves in a place that they can't back away from, especially with a weapon that long range. Like, I don't know why they're out so far here. I guess they're just trying to get mines down, but they almost die for it. They really should have died for it. And they bait you into dropping down to try and help them here. The big thing there is the Inkstorm. The Inkstorm is too much of a threat to stay still. You kind of have to take the risk at that point of moving forward somehow to get outside of it. Potentially could have maybe super jumped out if you're fast enough on it, but otherwise that's your only chance of getting out of there. So better there to focus on like moving for your survival than to stay in the place where the opponents aren't going to shoot you. Because the opponents, they could miss, but the Inkstorm is always going to do damage in that circle. There's no escaping that. So better to take the chance that someone misses than to have the 0% chance of not taking damage from the Inkstorm. But a lot of this was just set up from poor positioning from teammates, basically. Like, the roller being out there on the right-hand side makes it so that they can't help with the defense where they need to. The E-Leader dropping down to place mines, even though there are opponents all looking at them, made it so that either you went in and tried to protect them and died, or they died themselves. So that wasn't a great position. I definitely would consider, though, not going to the same place this many times in a row. We've already got the E-Leader here on the left. We've already got a teammate who's out there. Try sweeping around on the right through the bats instead, through the area to the right of the goal. Try like taking a position your teammates aren't already watching, so that you can flush opponents out of angles that your teammates can't hit. It's from right here. They only have to look in one direction and they see all of you. You were saying?
I was gonna say, if I remember right, there should, I think, an example of why I should have done that is come up.
Gotcha. Someone just went up on bats. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. I'm surprised that the roller didn't go after your teammate when they swam out there. Like, obviously, with a roller in play, this is always, you know, a scary thing to drop over a ledge that's not painted like this. And here we do end up actually seeing there's a beacon to the bottom right. So that is spooky. But, like, when your teammate drops out, I figured that they would be the target instead of you here. So I thought that it would be safe. So a smart play on the roller's part.
I don't think I noticed the beacon there in the moment.
Yeah, it was a quick flash. Not the easiest thing to notice. You're painting a lot of spots there that aren't painted over by enemy ink or that are unpaintable. If you're trying to get like special, probably better to just paint over a larger area that is unpainted. Like maybe be putting the shots over this stuff in front of you that's not painted. You'd get more value out of that. I guess maybe we're checking for sharks or something, but I didn't really see much enemy ink there that they could be sharking in, or a way that they could have got there.
I think I saw that Zipcaster's paint. I
Okay.
didn't see where it came from.
All right, nice, nice. Taking the trade there at that point is worth. You already got one player, I believe, and you put some points in, so getting another one on the way out, that's just gravy. Unfortunate that we didn't take lead, but we're not super worried. We've still got half the game left to play. Very worried for this teammate. Great burst bomb. That's exactly what I was thinking to do. You want to cut off the options that they have to approach your teammate. You don't want them to be able to flank your teammate. So you're cutting off one option while your teammate focuses on the other, and that'll keep them safe. So good play there. And I like the pressure you're able to put on the E-Leader. I wouldn't stay here very much longer. You've already revealed yourself. The E-Leader has already moved. So you've accomplished the goal that you came there to do. There's nobody else in range for you to hit, and other people are starting to turn their attention to you, especially now that the tent went down. So we definitely want to get out of here sooner than later. Yeah, took a little bit too long there, and it was actually the E-leader that got us because they had enough time to not only back away from us, but then realize that you weren't chasing and just get another shot ready and take you out because you stayed in the same place for that long. So.
Also, I didn't notice that E-leader's gear till just now. But all special charge and come back.
Interesting. They really like their wave breakers, I guess. Your leader pops a wave breaker. We're 2 down here, and there are 4 at the basket, and... what? That's the E-leader. That's your E-leader who's in mid. What are they doing there? How did this happen? Well, that's perplexing. So, there's basically no defense right now. Like, your teammate is calling this way, and I think that's your Brella, right? Okay, that better be if they're in that position. So, like, your Brella's there calling for help, but you do have to be careful even with the Brella shield because this is a 2v4, basically. Like, yeah, your E-leader exists, but they're in mid behind the enemy team as an E-leader. I don't know what they're hoping to accomplish from that position. Once this shield is gone, you're very vulnerable. You probably want to be already moving towards the left side wall to get out of this. Okay. They end up going for clams instead of shooting you. If they shoot you there, I think you just go down and they score all of their points. So we know now from that kill cam that there's a Kraken below there. I don't think we acted on that information there. Like, we saw that there was a Kraken coming up, and I think maybe we were looking away or not paying attention to it or something, but, like, I don't think you drop down like this if you're keeping in mind that there is someone up there on that platform already, and that someone is the Kraken roller specifically. Because, like, you dropping down here as an L3, like, I don't think you actually want to be this close to a roller. You hit them, which is great, but you probably wanted to take that fight from elsewhere.
I think usually when I die, I almost always look at the map.
Gotcha. I mean, you still would have been able to see the trail that the Kraken left, which is how I would have tracked that if I had the map open. Alright, nice. You got away with that pass, and then you get in for another one. Good job, and your team follows up really well. So now we need clams for your teammate. You do not want these. So your team... Thanks for the raid, SQ Flash. I'll wait for a second for all the guinea pig noises to end. There we go. So let's back up for a second. All right. So right here, you've got a teammate right next to you who's got 6 clams. And so you want that player to get 2 more clams to be able to score. If you pick up the clams that are being thrown here and you don't have any to start with, now your teammate with 6 could have picked up those 2, but instead they don't get to have them. It works out here because I think they get clams from someplace else and they actually throw a clam at you. But the way to play that there is to make sure that any of the clams are going to reach your teammate so that they can score as quickly as possible, and you have time to put more clams in the meantime between when the enemy team respawns. Since it took as long as it did here, the enemy team's already back on defense before we've taken lead. And it looks like we actually are going to not take lead for that. It didn't look like we had quite enough clams anyway to be able to get there. We were really close, but I don't think we would have made it. But the faster that process can go, the better. And even in solo queue, there are things you can do to facilitate the coordination of that. Something I would definitely do here is paint this left wall as I come out. Like, this is a really convenient time to get that left wall painted, because that's an important escape route to have if you're at ground level trying to defend from the position that you've been defending the clam basket repeatedly so far. That way, if you do drop down, or if your charger ends up dropping down in places that may not be great for them, they have a way out. They can just get up on that wall, squid roll backwards, and they're good. Here, remember that when the Zipcaster lands, there's going to be a burst of damage, and if you see where it's going, you can swim preemptively to avoid that damage. You take 60 here because they land on top of you, and then because they hit a couple of shots, you end up trading instead of getting them cleanly. I'm very worried about the position that you're holding here because you don't have any cover. You've dropped down, so you don't really have an escape route, and you also don't have any cover in front of you. So if you just stay there in the corner, like right here, like this is not a strong defensive position. This is something where they can see that you're cornered, that wherever you're not shooting is an easy place for them to get in. You'd probably rather keep the high ground on the right side underneath the basket there, or stay on the high ground behind you than drop down here. And one reason becomes apparent right here. See the scary laser pointer? You don't have anything you can do about that because you don't have anywhere you can quickly run away. You don't have anything you can duck behind. That's just kind of a problem for you now. So, and having the left wall over there painted would give you a way out if you noticed that laser, so that you could avoid it, but here you risk getting shot by it, and that shot right there could have potentially hit you. Again, we really want to be getting this wall painted so that we can get out of this. You probably don't want to stay here with the laser being able to pin you down this hard. All it takes is one other opponent seeing you, and they do that, and you have nowhere else you can go. So, definitely keep escape options on your mind, and don't give up high ground when you don't have to. Oh no. The team is out in mid, not defending the basket. This roller's gonna die. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, get rid of that beacon. How is this roller still alive? Okay, they had a big bubbler, but... Yeah, and see, they stayed alive for such a ridiculous amount of time there. They still went down and dropped the power clam, and by being out there, they made it so that the enemy team was able to score more. Not worth at all. Poor decision by them to be that far out. You did about the best you could on defense, although, again, positioning-wise, like, we're doing a couple of things repeatedly during these defenses. We're always going to the same place, so the enemy team can learn to know where to expect us. We're dropping off of high ground in positions that might be scary. Like right there, rather than shooting at the Kraken, which, like, it's invincible, so you're not going to hit it, at least for those 2 seconds, I would be shooting at the player to the right, because they could potentially be grabbing more clams to throw them in or something like that, and they're actually vulnerable. So I'd go after them first. But here, looking at the engagement with the roller that happens when you peek down over the ledge, first thing I would probably do is get rid of the beacon, because the beacon could potentially block shots. And also, you just don't want someone jumping in there. So get rid of that thing first. And in doing that, you will also have painted your feet over there and given yourself a little bit of time to figure out where the opponent is. Another thing about beacons is that, and this is probably not something they're taking advantage of there, but if you leave a beacon up near you, the enemy team can see you on the map when they pop it open, even if you're not damaged. So that's something that you'll want to get rid of to deny them the information at the very least. At this point, I figure they don't have any clams. We've already gotten rid of 2 of them. You have a teammate with a power clam at the basket, and you don't see anybody from mid turning around to go after them. Mid is probably clear at this point. You probably don't have to be sitting here. But even if it's not, I don't like this positioning exactly, because, like, just look at the camera angle for a second and think, like, what part of mid can you see? If someone's trying to swim around in mid, you literally can't see any of it. Like, even if they didn't have Ninja Squid and they were showing splashes, or they were, you know, standing up and walking around, most of mid you just couldn't see. And that's a camera angle issue. Definitely would have gotten rid of that beacon, because if they grab the pity and go after it... What is the pity clam doing? What the heck? You see that?
Yeah.
It's like clipped into the wall. So I probably would have gotten rid of the beacon before the jump, just to make sure they couldn't grab their own pity and jump into our basket and end the game. But, you know, jumping in and getting a triple with a hammer, definitely helpful. We need 2 more clams. So just pick up 2 and then run. Oh my god. The hero play. He does it! Oh, they didn't see. You want to be really careful in that particular situation about how much information you're giving the enemy team. Because I think there's a lot more that they could have done to prevent that than they did. They played the defense pretty poorly. And I'm not sure that would have necessarily stopped you, but you would have made it a lot more likely to succeed if you'd played just a little bit more stealthily, and I'll talk about exactly how in just a second, but we had to reboot the whole replay. Okay. So we're looking for more clams. We come over here. So we grab 2, and then at this point we want to be avoiding detection. They're good, and hugging the wall as much as we can. So like, I actually always squid up the ramp here, so that, because right now while you're standing up, your head is poking up over the side of the wall here, and is therefore visible to the enemy team sooner. Whereas if you go squid form, they can't see you until you get a lot further up, and that can reduce their amount of time that they have to react to you. From there, you're just gonna... I would not have actually put the paint down there, because that's also something that will alert them. I would have just used the paint that was already there on the left and swam that way. Because look at how close to them those shots landed. This will, like, alert them now that they need to turn their attention over to this. Now, what should be happening here is, like, they've already splatted 3 of your 3 other teammates at this point. Like, let's see exactly how soon that happens, but I think it's, like, before you fire the shot. So there's 1, there's 2. Okay, so your teammates are 2 down, and they're going after the 1 other teammate. So this works a little bit better for that. But what should really be happening here is someone should be spreading out the radius of control that they have to the right, because there's this patch of orange ink on the right that they want to make sure that your teammate, that, like, no one can use. So if they, like, the smart thing for one of them to do on defense would be to see, okay, the rest of my team is obviously going to collapse on this roller. We can totally see where they are. They have no paint. Like, this is an easy pick. I'm not needed for this, but nobody's watching other angles, and so I'm going to watch another angle to make sure that they can't sneak in some other way. And that's the player who would have spotted you. So you want that player to be able to see you as late as possible. So to do that, for stealth, you want to fire as few shots as possible. You want to use whatever ink is already out on the ground. So we'll just put a helter-skelter bit of ink there. So let's say I'm trying to approach this player right here. The most direct and fastest way to get there would be to, fire these shots and then move straight up to them. But those shots are going to get their attention. Whereas if I just kind of do one of these and slip through, I can get right up next to them without firing any extra shots, without creating extra ripples, and that's going to get me in range to do damage just the same, but it's going to be more effective because they're not going to see me coming first. So that's what might have potentially made a difference if you were against a team that was defending a little bit more awarely. But good job on clutching up. Your triple with the hammer absolutely set that whole play up, and it's just fitting that you were also the one to hit the buzzer beater clams at the end and be able to wrap things up for the team. So good job there. You're definitely very used to the hammer. You know, we can see you're getting pretty high value out of those in a lot of these games. So big things to work on, I would say. That was a really weird comp, honestly. There's not too much to say about that bit. But you're doing a pretty good job of recognizing, like, which angles to take when you're working with teammates. Make sure that you don't, like, go in so deep, like, outside of the capacity of your weapon to win fights as effectively. Like, don't put yourself at close range against rollers, or, you know, splooshes or dapples or whatever fast-moving, short-ranged thing. Make sure that you're using your range when that's the appropriate tactic. Also make sure that you're staying out of E-leader sight lines, because I was pointing out, I always try to point out places where people could have gotten sniped, because there does come a point in a player's competitive career when they start running into chargers that are going to hit every single one of those shots that you give them. And people get caught off guard by that a lot. They get into positions where they've been safe for the entire time they've been playing the game, and didn't realize, oh wait, every time I see this laser, that is dangerous. I could just get one shot from that because I wasn't figuring out where the charger was first, because I wasn't reacting to the laser immediately. Generally, when there is an E-leader on the other team, you need to figure out where they are first and then make a decisive play. You really don't want to rush into an area where you don't know where they are, because that's how you just get sniped from some stupid angle that E-leaders can hit. It's so dumb how well they can hit around corners, how well they can hit around certain angles where, like, your perspective makes it seem like they shouldn't be able to see that, but they actually can. It can be really frustrating sometimes. So it's important to be disciplined about your angles there, and just, like, in general, when you're pushing up, either know where people are or paint more defensively, because sometimes you're going to get caught out for pushing up as aggressively as you do sometimes. Let's see. And then, like I said, on defense, you're taking the same position repeatedly, and a lot of the time you're not paying attention to escape routes. So put yourself in positions you can back away from, as a general rule. Put yourself in positions where you're never going to get trapped by someone just rushing you with overwhelming force. And when the team does have overwhelming force, make sure that you're responding to that. That you're not just jumping into a 2v4 and being like, yeah, we can stay here. Have a way out so that when something starts to go south, you're already on your way out, and not being like, oh wait, I probably should have painted that earlier, or maybe I shouldn't have put myself down over this ledge. Like, anytime you go anywhere, if you don't, like, check yourself occasionally, be like, do I have an escape route now? And if you don't, then that's something to be working on. Do you have any questions for me? Sorry, are you saying something? I'm not hearing.
No, sorry, I'm just always terrible. Like, even if I did have questions, the moment someone says, do you have any questions?
Oh yeah, that's why it's such a bad question. Like, I shouldn't do that, because as a teacher, I know how bad of a question that is. I know that, like, the answer is always no, even if someone does. But if it comes back to you later, you're free to, you know, just reach out through a DM and be like, hey, I remember the thing. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for playing with us and for being on for the VOD review. Really appreciate that. Best of luck in whatever... What are you working towards? Just trying to improve in ranked? Are you planning on joining a team at some point? Like...
Yeah, I'm just mostly just solo queue rank.
Okay.
I'm not sure I would, at least not yet, be ready for a team, just because I'm really bad at thinking, talking at the same time.
It's something that takes a lot of work to get used to, for sure. That's something that I think everyone struggles with. Like, I struggled with that for a long time myself. So, I don't think you're alone in that. And if that's the only thing that's stopping you, you know, I wouldn't, you know, stop yourself just because of that. But also, you know, I recognize that there are probably, you know, a multitude of different factors that play into it, and I don't want to pressure you or anything. But thank you so much, and hope you have a wonderful day, and that you improve in your ranked as a result of thinking about this stuff.
Thank you.
I'll head off the call now. So we had another one scheduled for today that didn't actually end up reaching out and being able to get on the call with us. So we have a little bit of extra time, and I figure I might as well do a little bit of Q&A since it's been a minute. Excuse me. Stretch. So if you've got questions for me, now would be a good time to drop them in chat. And taking the hall pass. And I will read your words, unlike how I usually do. When should I reset my rank? I see no reason to do it, unless you feel like you are massively outmatched and stuck, unable to have a good time playing ranked. Which I haven't heard of people feeling that way about it. Oh shoot, hello Raiders. Okay, that was an SQ Flash raid, got it. So I was like, I didn't notice a raid, but maybe there was a YouTube one. YouTube doesn't, like, tell you on this software that it's happening. Okay. What's your absolute favorite thing you ever did in competitive Splatoon? I think it was just 2 Storybook when we won Low Ink in July of 2020. That set is one of the most exciting sets of Splatoon I've ever seen. Just some absolute bonkers things happen. And it was such a good run. Everyone had, you know, was feeling so good about it. It really felt like a culmination of our team coming together when we did that. So that's what I would say. Said that Splattershot Pro is not meta. Do you have a good replacement? So it depends on what you're trying to use it for. If you are using it for the special, you play Splash. And that's the way that most top players will look at it. That if you're running a crab weapon, then you are running the Splash-O-Matic. If you're running it for the main weapon and its playstyle, then you've got a bunch of different options. Nautilus is really strong right now, if you can get used to the mechanics. If you're playing it for shooter mechanics, then you're maybe looking at something like a 52 gal. If you're okay with it being a little bit faster moving and more of a Slayer, more zippy and zoopy, then you could look at something like the Splashes or the T-Tech. Squeezer is an option if you want more of the longer ranged play style. You could also, you know, 96 Deco is also a really good option right now. Lots of top level players are considering that. So you've got a lot of different ideas there. Wiper would also be an idea if that's kind of a mode of play you want. It really depends on exactly what it is you want to play like. Do you have any plans to redo your summary of the weapon rules for Splatoon 3? I mean, I made those videos during Splatoon 3. Again, like, those roles are a lot... The more you talk about weapon roles, the more people get the idea that a weapon plays one role. It's this weird... Like, I see what FLC meant when he said that he regrets releasing that essay, that document, because now everyone thinks that a weapon is a skirmisher. Like, he puts out these descriptions of different things, these different priorities weapons do, different roles, and stresses over and over and over again throughout that text that a weapon does not play just one role, that a weapon rotates between multiple roles at any given point in time. That yes, some weapons will play certain roles better or worse than others, but that all of them will play all of the roles. Like, he says that over and over in that document, and people still go, what's a good skirmisher weapon for me to use? And he just... it gets oversimplified in a way that it's almost like I don't feel like I'm actually doing the scene a favor by talking about it more. Because the more I talk about it, the more I kind of codify it into unwritten law that everyone bases everything around. So like it's a helpful bit of theory to understand, but also like I don't see what more there is to say about it right now. Question with utilizing hammer, mainly the sharking playstyle, the sort of mentality when using it. If you're going to shark with the hammer, what you're going to do is you're going to pop it someplace else, because popping it brings you up out of the ink and shows that hammer for a few frames, and that is very visible. You pop it someplace else, and then swim up to someone, ideally with Ninja Squid, and then you pop out of the ink and jump swing. Who's your main in Melee? Marth. White Marth, to be specific. I really like the way his cape looks. It's cool. Just joined. How do these work? So we've just finished the main content of the stream. The way that I do the VOD reviews is we play with the VOD reviewees for an hour before we start. Then we VOD review. Then normally I would be off to the second VOD review, but we didn't have our second person show up, and that's why we have time for the Q&A today. So now I'm just doing Q&A, because that's all there is to do. What is better right now, machine or bucket? I don't know. I'm seeing a bit of both. I think the bucket's improved fire rate is definitely worth considering over the machine, but there are advantages to the machine. It's just, its kit is never going to be bad. I think it will always at least be something that you can splash into certain map modes. So, I don't know. I think if you're a bucket player, you play both, and you figure out which one you would rather play on any given map mode. That's probably the way that it goes. Have you considered making a T-Tech matchup chart? No, because I don't have the high level of experience that would really make that a valuable resource. Like, I have my own opinions on all of that, obviously, but I don't... Getting that specific, that's like moving from teacher to professor level. The way that I see it. And as I made a video about this a while back, but like I look at myself as a teacher, specifically not a professor. I am not at the furthest extent of my field. I'm someone who knows what newer players are not going to know and how to convey that to them successfully. That's what makes my channel what it is. I am not a top player. I'm not someone who's ever going to win major tournaments. I am someone who figures out what lower and mid-level players struggle with on their way up and learn specifically how to teach that to them in a way that helps them improve faster. And thank you, Jamie. I've been away from Splatoon for a while. Has Bo been buffed? I don't think they've really been touched, have they? They might have improved the paint on the tri-stringer a little bit. We don't really see either of them that much, but we are seeing them occasionally a lot of the time. Reflux is more popular of the two. Range Blaster player trying to switch over to S-Blast, but I'm having trouble figuring out how to switch my playstyle with the smaller AoE in another mode. How is the S-Blast meant to be played? So, Chara has been tweeting recently that he feels that S-Blast and Range Blaster just don't compete for their niches at all, that they're very different in terms of playstyle. He plays S-Blast very feedy, from what I've seen lately, and I haven't gone and watched his scrim VODs very recently to be able to say. But I would keep track of what Chara is saying about it, because Chara is pushing the S-Blast further than anybody else is right now in the West. That said, I saw Kyo the other day encouraging him to pick up Rapid Deco instead, and Chara was enjoying it, and it seems like it's something that he's considering. So, follow-up question. Do you have any tips for coaching other players? I've been trying to help out an Octobrush friend of mine, and I kind of struggle with words. coaching is like 15% knowing the right thing to say and 85% knowing what they're going to screw up at certain levels of play. Like, if you know what it is that they're going to have problems with, you know, if you just have a pattern of here are the things that people don't know, that's probably what's going to help you the most, and being able to identify those in their play. And like the more experience you get with coaching, the more different people you see, the more you start to see patterns in what people mess up and figure out ways to articulate those patterns better. So what can actually help a lot is finding lower level matches and watching them, and just like have a document open and list the things that they're doing wrong. Like, list the most common mistakes, list the things that you would coach someone about. And the more of that data you collect about what people screw up, the closer you get to a better understanding that helps you teach people things. And the better the words you can come up with to explain the concepts. That's literally exactly what I did to make the How to Get Out of Ranked series. Like, that was just, I recorded a bunch of footage at those different levels and studied it for lists of mistakes. So, and that worked really well for me. Has your opinion on pencil changed recently? Only so much. It saw use in a top-level Japanese match, and then a bunch of people went and tried it out and were like, I'd rather not. Like half the streams I've watched, at least one person dipped on the VOD. Scheduling is always like that at just about every level of society. You get to a point where like people are professional and have high expectations of each other for conscientiousness, and then, you know, maybe you get some people who actually are really there on time. But these are not my coworkers. These are not people I have any expectations of. That like, and it doesn't really like hurt me too much if they don't arrive, so it's not a huge deal. Teacher, what's the best ice cream flavor in your opinion? Okay, so the Splatfest team I would choose would be vanilla, except that we're trying to coordinate with everybody else on Silly Comp Sundays, so I ended up going strawberry. How should one look for a team for the first time while using a less used weapon? I don't want to sound stubborn like I only use this weapon and will not compromise, but I do want to use it. That is a tricky question, because it is difficult to convince someone in a vacuum to pick up a weapon that they know is on the weaker side competitively. That like definitely has some things that you need to work around in it. And it's their free choice not to do so. What I would probably recommend is putting yourself out there and playing some pickups and like finding a group of people who are around your skill level and playing with them enough that they are like, you know, playing with Tom works. Playing with this L3D, like I can understand what he's doing and work around that, and this is fine. That's probably the way that I would try and pull it off. I don't have any questions, so how's your day? It's not bad. I'm definitely a little bit tired. The video from yesterday took a long time to make, so I lost a little bit of sleep. But I'm getting back on top of it. I have a short that's going out today. I've already recorded the audio for it. Should be very quick to get uploaded. I'm already caught up and like ahead on the VOD channel, so I will be able to get to bed on time at a reasonable hour tonight. Maybe even get some work done on a Rogue English Teacher video. So, should be good. Can you re-explain the Wombo combo? No. How should I play Hammer on Wiper? Hammer is one of the specials that I understand the least. I got some tips on it from Dio when I did the Sploosh video, the professional development on the Sploosh-matic. I would recommend going and watching that because I trust his thoughts on the hammer better than I trust my own. Tri-Stringer is buffed from 190p to 180p. That's not bad. Are there any speedruns you especially like watching? So, Half-Life speedruns are so fun. Oh my god. first of all, they've got this sick bunny hopping movement that's like really hard, but looks really cool and gets you going really, really fast. There are some insane skips that just involve like levitating by picking up and putting down an object over and over again, that involve like getting such speed from bunny hopping that you just fling yourself onto level geometry and it launches you into the air. It like there's so many cool speed running things and so many like things that like break the game in cool ways instead of in lame ways. And there's also just a lot of like playing the game normally that's really impressive. So really, really good mix. Good length of a speed run. Those are a lot of fun to watch. I've never played Half-Life either. I just like watching the speedruns. Wombo combo. Yesenia, I actually have a video on the channel about the wombo combo, but the wombo combo is a Super Smash Bros. Team combo. Heard Leafy had low opinions on Tri-Stringer. Yeah, I mean, it's not seeing a lot of competitive use. Like, a lot of people have low opinions on Tri-Stringer right now. I think the last time that I saw a top team using it was Chewits Mafia, the UK team. But that was a way earlier in the game's lifespan. Like, that was, I think, several patches ago that I saw them use that. So, it hasn't been getting a lot of love. But it's like, it's right there on the borderline of viability. Like, it's not bad. It's just also not going to do well against the current backline meta. Which ranked game mode is your favorite? Clan Blitz. With a map 2 if you have one. What's my favorite Clan Blitz map? Like, my favorite maps overall are the Reef and Piranha Pit from Splatoon 2. But as far as Clan Blitz maps specifically, in Splatoon 3 it's definitely Museum, because it actually has multiple routes, which are good. In Splatoon 2, the Reef is a contender. That was a very interesting map that I think showed off how Clan Blitz is played really well. Piranha Pit's good, but it's also a little bit snowbally. What else did I like? Humpback is definitely not bad. Humpback is interesting. So that's hopefully a good range of answers there. I can't even review my own replays because I struggle to identify what's being done wrong by anyone unless it's pointed out to me. At a certain point, like, it's hard to start seeing your own mistakes. Because if you saw your own mistakes, you would already be fixing them. So fixing your own stuff usually requires getting somebody else's input or thinking about the game in a more analytical or unique way than you have before. But as far as seeing stuff in other players, it just depends on experience that you have and knowledge of the game. Knowing what's going to help them improve the most the fastest. How did you realize you wanted to be a teacher or be involved in education? It actually took a pretty long time to come to that conclusion. I knew I wanted to do something that involved helping people in the way that my skill set allowed me to help them the most. For a while, I thought it was going to be clinical psychology. But over time, I decided that I wanted to go into teaching instead for a variety of different reasons. There's a whole pros and cons list that I came up with. But even into college, it took me a good year and a half before I really committed to that. Because I was just not really sure. Are there any more professional development videos in the pipeline? There is actually one on Table Turf that's in the works. I've already recorded the content, and I just haven't actually sat down and cut it up and edited it, because I knew it was going to be a long project, and so I need a day where I've got a good long time to work to be able to get that one out there. Been learning 52 gal recently, and I keep dying before my wall comes out. Yes, the wall is not a panic button. The wall is preemptive. The wall is proactive. The wall is, in 2 seconds, I'm going to want to be in this location and have protection from this angle. It is not something that you can do when someone just pops out at you. You're better off in a lot of cases, if you can't get out of range, if you can't get them off you, just engaging with the main weapon instead. The wall goes out if you know that it's going to be active by the time they're on top of you. And from there, you can do a lot to play around it, and you have a good window of time where you're one of the most difficult weapons to kill in the game. But you have to know that time window. Like, there is startup on the beginning of it, and there are effectively recovery frames you're going to have to work with after it's shredded, before you can get another one out there. You're like, there's a push and pull to it. Carbon Roller Deco is never mentioned. It's my main. People keep saying it's decent, but it's always opinion if it's on comp meta or not. Is it comp meta? If Volti can do what Volti has been doing on Alliance Rogue with that weapon, then it's doing fine. Like, Alliance Rogue is one of the best teams in the world, and they run a Carbon Roller Deco. So you're fine. You just got to find a team that's willing to play around it. If you want to post a link for a video for me to see, then DM me on Discord, rather than trying to put it in chat here. Get anything cool from the Steam Summer Sale? Actually, so I've been playing... a friend of mine has played a lot of The Sims, and I have literally never played The Sims before. So I'm starting a playthrough of it just to hang out with them. And so I got some of the DLC for The Sims from the Steam Summer Sale. Are people in S3 way better at clams than S2? I could see it. People are going to be just better at the game in general because it's been out for longer. And a lot of the people who play it are returning from S1 and S2. Only one left is Squid School closing. Not Squid School in general. The Squid Summer School is coming to a close. Squid Summer School is the Thursday stream that we don't normally stream on Thursdays, but somebody paid for lessons at the Metafire rate to have just 24 people get a lesson for free on Thursdays. It says you're playing Madden 2020 in the stream description? What? There's no way that that's true. It doesn't say that on Twitch. I don't know where else it would say that. Specializing in clinical psychology. Nice to see the other end of the spectrum. Oh, cool. Yeah, like, it seemed like a really cool thing to get into. Just, like, needing a PhD to be able to find work, that felt like a scary big commitment. It's also very emotionally intensive work. You have to see people at their worst or most dysfunctional. So, Splatoon manga videos have honestly made me pretty sad. I keep imagining how cool it would have been if it was a sports manga like Haikyuu or Hajime no Ippo and actually showed the game properly. I mean, it's very successful financially, and that's really all they need from it. Like, it's popular with kids. If it gets kids into the game, then, you know, 5 years down the line, now we've got some people who would be considering competitive play. So, I don't know. If it's successful, I don't mind it. Just, it's not made for us. And sometimes there's just going to be media that's not made for us. Like, SpongeBob isn't made for me anymore. SpongeBob was awesome when I was a kid, and it was aimed at me. And now it's being directed for an audience of kids, which is not necessarily me. And that's okay. Because there's stuff that's for me now that I've grown into instead. So, I don't know. I don't feel too bad about it as long as it's actually doing some kind of numbers. Can I become a professional therapist, psychologist, and just serve at my team's... Just server at my team's personal therapist? I am confused. So, oh, just serve as your team's personal... That would be a lot of time and effort and money to put into getting qualifications that you're not going to actually make any return on investment from. Got any tips for shooter movements? I know we're supposedly privileged, but it seems like if I take damage, I die despite trying to escape. A lot of fighting is knowing your limits, knowing how close you can get before you're overcommitted. Because anyone who gets overcommitted is going to go down. Now, shooters are overcommitted a little bit less far forward than most weapons because of their ability to quickly paint their feet. But what you're trying to get done with a shooter if you're in some kind of trouble is you're doing this. Because this is the way that you're, like, the fastest way to move is to paint a full line and then swim through it. Like, in the long run, this is going to get you further faster than having to go blip, 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 blip over and over. But the advantage of the blip, blip, blip is that it makes it basically impossible for someone to paint your feet and, like, cut you off. Because, like, if you paint this whole line and then someone's just like, haha, and paints right there, now you just get stuck as soon as you try to swim through it. Whereas if you're doing this all the time, you just paint that spot as soon as your feet get painted and you get through. It's also a way to get moving and accelerating faster. Because instead of having to, like, fire that line and then swim, you're just like blip and then you're swimming immediately. So that's what you really want to be working on. It's a combination of getting the full line painted and doing blip, blip, blip. And using all of the paint that's nearby already is also really important. Another really important thing that a lot of people don't do is when you're shooting and you're missing, you need to reposition quickly so that you're not giving your opponent time to draw a bead on you. I call it walk and shoot syndrome, and I talk about that a lot in the how to get out of ranked videos. Okay. If I win Table Turf, you have to admit the Splatoon manga is cool and awesome. I don't think that's how that works. Carbon Echo's like Pikachu or Yoshi in Melee. It's good in meta, but people just don't use it that much. It's a good rough comparison. I wouldn't say that that's completely comparable to Pikachu or Yoshi, because they do have significant weaknesses that make it more difficult to play them. But get Terraria. I've played a little bit of Terraria. I'm not a huge fan myself. I personally prefer Minecraft. But, like, I could totally see it being someone else's cup of tea, like, having the boss fights to work toward and stuff like that. And I know it definitely gets deeper after the early game. I haven't gotten super far into it myself. On YouTube it says Madden 21 in the screen. I never said that. Why? Oh my god. Have you ever played Hollow Knight? Yeah, I actually streamed it for a little bit. I got about halfway through, I think, and then just fell off, interest-wise. Like, it's a great game, and I know if I dug into the lore, I would like that part of it, but the mechanics just kind of felt samey after a while to me. Have you heard of Truffle? Oh, yeah, that's Ludwig's thing. I have heard of it. I didn't know it was open to the public, though. I thought that was like a private thing that he runs for himself. Hi, Chaluda. I'm doing all right. I talked about that a little bit earlier, but I'm going to catch up on my sleep schedule today, which is good. Do you ever review your coaching skills in the same way you would review your gameplay? I don't, but I know people that do. For me, it's more like, when I teach something, I will often reflect on it after the fact, even just like subconsciously. Like, it's always going through my head. It's really hard for me to turn my work brain off. So I usually just mull it back over and come up with better ways of doing it, especially if I have to teach the same thing a second time. Should you always know where your first target is and have an angle to hit them when popping a Zuka? Yes. If you don't have someone you know that you're shooting at, the first shot is just a warning shot. First shot is just telling everybody, hey, take cover, there's a Zuka now. And you're never going to hit anything. Do you see Splatfest as a waste of time because they're just turf wars? Not a waste of time, because like they bring the community together, and like there's a lot more beyond just competitive. But as a competitive player, it's definitely not super fun to have to play Turf War. Like, playing up to like royalty is fine. Like, I have a good time with the new maps, and it's fun playing with the new colors and with your other friends, but the novelty does wear off over a certain amount of time. There comes a point where I don't want to grind it anymore. How well do you know all the Splatoon lore? I've watched a couple Raskus videos. What was your favorite thing to do in Minecraft? Just, like, dig into a wall and figure out what I wanted to do next from there. Do you still have the VODs? The VODs of what? Because you're probably responding to something that I read, like, 5 minutes ago. I lost 70 X power in a set. Thought I did really well. And the next set I only gained 15. I thought I did worse. Yeah, sometimes it'll be like that, but I think overall it'll average its way out. What team am I joining? I said before, I'm joining Team Strawberry more so that I can play with other members of Silly Comp Sunday. If it were up to just me, I would pick Vanilla. I think Vanilla's neat and underrated, in that it gets a lot of flack for being boring, when in fact it is very much not. If you were a fish, what fish would you be? One that a human was keeping in a big aquarium, so that I didn't have to worry about getting eaten by barracudas. It's probably where I'd want to be. The ocean is a scary place. I do not want to live there. How do I quite possibly get a coaching session while I'm not new? I'd like to peer review on my skills with Carbon Deco. I do coaching in one of two ways. One of them is on the Tuesday streams, which are set up in advance. They're, like, just reach out to me on Discord and I'll let you know that I think the current first available is in, like, late August. And then the other option is on Metafy. My links include the Metafy link, so you can find it there if that is what interests you. And you can find the Discord server there if you want to reach out to me on Discord instead. Hi, Jazz! How's it going? We're just doing a little bit of Q&A. I'm probably going to hop off pretty soon because I have a scrim to get to. Doing a bit of a tryout. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not totally needed for it either, because they weren't sure that the stream was going to end in time, so they have a roster of 4. But I might rotate in. Do you think a deep cut DLC only is possible? Deep cut DLC only for what? Like, what content are we talking about? How is it fair that shooters paint so well compared to every other class? It's not fair. I mean, it's definitely a big advantage. It's offset by range and having to hit multiple shots to kill. More shots to kill than most other weapons. But it's definitely a positive for it. But they also are straight line of sight weapons. They can't hit, like, around corners like a blaster or a sloshing machine can or whatever. Like, there are definitely advantages that the other weapon classes have over them. You just gotta play to them. Thank you, Jazz. Not feeling great? Alright. Sorry to hear it, Exaroni. I hope you feel better. Speaking of tryouts, what is your own goal in Splatoon? I'm a bit less invested in my own competitive journey than I used to be. Like, I just don't have as much time to spend on it, but I want to be improving again. That would feel good. Because I feel like I've been at the same level for a pretty long time. Relative to the rest of the field, I don't feel like I've made that much progress since, honestly, since, like, winning Low Inc. a few years ago. So it'd be good to start ironing out some bad habits and really start getting some better tournament placements again. That'd be neat. And it's obviously all professional development for the channel anytime I learn something, so can't hurt. Story mode only with deep cut like Octo Expansion. Side order is more like off the hook. I feel like it's a continuation of the Octo expansion story, so, you know, we might see Deep Cut be involved in it, but I don't care too much about, like, which idols get involved. If it gives them an opportunity to flesh out the characters of Deep Cut more, then that would be neat. But I think that the Octo expansion storyline was probably the most compelling that the series has ever had. So continuing with that can't be, you know, a bad thing, I don't think. Do you personally think it's tougher to improve and get top placings in Splatoon or Smash? The challenges are different. Smash, I think, has a higher skill cap. Like, you have to work harder and know more as an individual. But Splatoon has social challenges that, like, you can be the best player on Earth and just not have teammates that work well with you. Or, like, play a weapon that doesn't fit into comps very easily. So, and then you're not really the best in the world, are you? So, I don't know. Splatoon is a smaller community, and generally, the smaller a scene is, the easier it is to reach the top. So I'd probably give it to Smash. Do you agree that they should bring back Sashimori? I mean, like, I'm down for whatever it is they want to give us music-wise. I trust those people. They are some of the better video game musicians I've ever heard. I would love more Chirpy Chips, personally, but I also understand, like, the thing about wanting more of something that is like art is that what you want is what the artist was inspired to make. And if the artist was inspired to make something, but then that inspiration died out and they got inspired to make something else, and you ask them to make the thing that they used to be inspired for instead, you're not going to get what you want. And what you might find if they are allowed to make the thing that they want to make is that, oh, I actually wanted that too, actually. That was also cool. And even if not, I'd rather the artist have the freedom to choose and to do whatever it is that they would prefer, and to find the audience that wants what they're currently interested in making. So even if, like, people are done with Chirpy Chips, whoever was behind that, you know, if they're making something that makes them happy and that is going to be higher quality for it, then that's what I want them to do. What if they are paid fat stacks to make more Chirpy Chips? Would that be... It's morally acceptable, and at a certain point, they'll probably take that, and they'll probably make something pretty good with it. But, like, a person's art is an expression of themselves. And, like, the music that you like is going to change as you change as a person. The stuff that you liked 4 years ago is different from the stuff that you're liking now. And maybe there's some that carries over, that still matches who you are. But there will also be things where you'll look back and be like, oh, wow, that feels really dated now. That feels like I don't connect as well emotionally to that as I used to. And that will continue to happen your whole life because you'll continue to change your whole life. And the same thing works for musicians. So, like, throwing money at them is not going to change who they are back to who they were when they first made the thing that inspired them. And that doesn't solve that problem. What weapons do you think need new kits most desperately? Dynamo Roller. Please give the Dynamo Roller something it can work with. There are so many Dynamo mains who've been waiting for so long. Hi, Jem. Do you have any tips for squeezers? I'm not great at that weapon myself. But my understanding, at least of how it played in Splatoon 2, was that it sharked a lot. Like, it would sit pretty far away from where it expected the opponents to be, but in range. And then as soon as they popped in there, you know, not expecting that someone could hit them yet, it would pop out of the ink and all of a sudden hit their 3 shots. Hey, Teach, what do you think about the band Green Day? I am on the fence what I think about their lyrics and their ideology behind them, but the music is fire. And it's very understandable why it started the massive wave of imitators that it did. I haven't really, investigated what I think of their ideas yet. Haven't really sat down and thought about them. Should make more models of band members and put them into the game somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of different things that people want from Splatoon, and they kind of have to focus on some things or others. You think the music you listen to changes who you are or become? The other way around. That's granted, there are definitely some works of media that can be transformative for people, but more often I think it's that who you are determines what it is that you will like. Like, what you're predisposed to liking. Do you think they'll add the Kent's collection back in Splatoon 3? Yeah, probably. I would be surprised if they didn't try to use the branding, since they've already probably got some visual assets for it. They can repurpose, touch up. Goodbye, Gamer Gem. It's time to eat McDonkeys. Bye, Marie Trans. Do you listen to Twice? I haven't gotten into a lot of K-pop. In the right setting, I can appreciate it. But it's not something that I'm just, bumping on my Spotify or something. I do really appreciate the K-pop style music that's Riot Games put together for League of Legends promotions, like the KDA fictional pop group. I think that's fascinating. And the work that has gone into both the animation and the sound of that group is just world class. I'm at this point where I think that the best animation studio in the world is the one that Riot Games are employing right now. They're just mind-blowingly good. And they always... The thing that I think that studio understands better than a lot of other groups right now is that the animation can have a high technical quality, but at the end of the day, it has to serve the story or the music or whatever else is surrounding it. It's not animation for animation's sake in a vacuum. It's animation to serve the purpose of a story, to serve the purpose of a music video. And I think they understand that really, really well and build around that. So, very, very good group. And I think they're French, and I probably would mispronounce their name, but I think it starts with an F. I forget. If you've played Smash Ultimate, what's your favorite character? Corrin. Plans for the next Rogue English teacher video? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Wish I had money and time to schedule a lesson, but I'm fresh out of secondary, 16 broken, and I have karate on Tuesday and Friday. Ooh, rip. That is unfortunate. Bring back bottom feeders. Mr. Gem Squid School, can I go to sleep? I can't stop you. Music tier list, the people need it. Yeah, that's some free content that's just sitting out waiting to be made at some point. Someday I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a thing that people want me to do, and I'll do it. But for now, I've got ideas. What kind of music do you enjoy listening to? A lot of different stuff. I've been getting back into 100 Gex recently because they came out with a new album, and I've been just feasting on that. But I'm into some relatively... It's like experimental pop. Stuff that, does something weird, but in a way that is accessible to, a modern pop audience. So like hyperpop is in there, but just also some stuff like Deerhoof, like clowncore. But there's a lot of different stuff that I like. A lot of stuff that I enjoyed a long time ago that I'm still into. Like I wouldn't say that there's a genre that is my music. I'm not a part of a community that's surrounding a certain kind of music. I'm very eclectic. I take stuff from a bunch of different places. We have someone who knows what clowncore is in the chat. That's wild. I always think that stuff is going to be too weird for other people to know, and then they just know it. You're the teacher. Did you not have that the bell doesn't dismiss you mentality? I've had to do that. Because sometimes what happens is, like, the class is talking too much, and you have something really important they need to know, maybe about the homework, what they've got to do, and they are preventing you from communicating that information in the time that you have, right at the end of the day. So, like, that's what that's for. You can't keep them too long, because then they have to get to class. But if, like, you need an extra 10 seconds to be like, hey, guys, homework, you need to pick it up from here, like, that sort of thing, you kind of need to use that sometimes. Neat. All right. Well, I've got to get going. I've got that scrim to get over to, and also I'm hungry. So I'm going to go get some food too. But I am going to raid out to nobody that I am currently following is streaming. Let's see. There's got to be someone that I should really be following that I'm not, that I can then follow. Am I not following Rose? Why am I not following Rose? Meh. We're going to fix that right now by going and raiding. So here are my links again. If you want a lesson like you saw today, either DM me for a Tuesday lesson or go to my Metafy. I also have a Patreon account and YouTube memberships where if you want to weigh in on Silly Comp Sundays voting, then you can support me there. And there's a bunch of other content and stuff that's on there that you can go and check out as well. Thanks for watching, everybody, and let's go say hi to Rose. School's out!